Dgenz Crypto Daily episode 42 is coming right up.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. That's right. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Let's go. Dgenz Crypto Daily. News in the code. Riding on the blockchain. Heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying. Rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon. And Ether's on fire. Hold us in the storm. Lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead. Watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane. Never gonna hit them slow. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flow. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's on the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flow. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Fortunes you can see. All those diamonds. Digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
Yes, I do. I have you wild and free. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dgenz Crypto Daily episode 42 on this action-packed Thursday. Thursday is going to be a double duty for me. We have the daily stream and then we have the weekly stream that's coming up with none other than Lee Parsons from Oculus, a superstar CEO of Ditto Music and Oculus. Really looking forward to talking to him about a lot of things, music in general, how crypto is revolutionizing the music industry. What does AI have a role to play in all of this? We'll do a fun activity as well during the stream. So I'm looking forward to that. If you are new to the stream, this is your opportunity to give me a follow on Twitter to ride along with me during this crypto journey. As well, you can go ahead and follow our sister account, Dgenz NFT. We're an awesome community that, again, tries to brave this new world, right? It's not easy to do it alone, so we're here to support you in any possible way, whether it's, avoiding scams, learning how to work a wallet, transfer things, stake, partake in liquidity pools. A lot of new information that we post in our Discord. So follow our account and maybe see you in our Discord. If you are new to the stream, you want to participate, the best way to do that is in the stream's chat, right? Go to the stream, go up to the chat, just like Jack did. So let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go, Dak. Just like that. You can post any question or comment or request. We can look at a whole bunch of stuff. We're not restricted to certain tokens. Lastly, if you're taking our calls in our Discord and you're trading perpetuals, this is our QR code. We're partnered with Blowfin. You scan that code, you get 10% off on all your trades with Blowfin. What does Blowfin look like? Well, it looks like this, right? We'll talk about Bitcoin in a second, how it's trying to dump here. But you can ride with us every single day and get 10% off on all your trades. So before we get into talking about Bitcoin and possibly having a near bottom on the charts, let's look at what's going on in the world of crypto. Looks like Bitcoin is flat. Yeah, we know about that. But what's interesting is that, Ripple was going to rip out of this long consolidation finally, right? We talked about the Ripple dominance, how it was moving up. Talked about the price action moving up to a certain level. But see, we also talked about events that don't control markets and certain events do, right? And so for Ripple, unfortunately, when we have something like this happen, market does not have a time to internalize the news. So what happens is immediately we either pump or dump. In this case, because Ripple was assessed an appeal on the case they won, the price of that token ended up dumping, as we can see here. So it says Ripple drops over 10% after the SEC decision to appeal a ruling on its regulatory powers over crypto markets. Essentially, it's saying it sold securities, right? But we all know that because there's no identifiable rule about crypto in general, we can't assess that tokens are securities, especially seeing how, the biggest potential security is Ethereum, right? And so they can't go after Ethereum, but it's interesting that they're going after, say, Ripple, right? It's a complicated web of venture capitalists and angel backers and so on and so forth that we are not going to get into, but I'm assuming things are not fair, right? Certain assets are viewed as securities and certain assets are not. So it says here, XRP plunged more than 10% in the past 24 hours after the US SEC said on Wednesday that it's appealing a court ruling restricting its ability to regulate cryptocurrency markets. The SEC will ask the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to review a July 2023 decision that the XRP token sold by Ripple Labs on public exchanges did not meet the legal definition of a security. So we'll see what happens with that. If we quickly jump onto the chart just to look at the Ripple chart and see if it's going to be at a support. So let's go here, right? It was going to break out right about here, but it met some resistance. So we could say effectively that it wasn't going to go beyond that level anyway. And so this news event was just redefining which direction it was going to go, right? Could have went sideways for a while and then dumped, or dumped right away. And so this is probably what we got. On the weekly scale, right? We use these EMAs for a reason, right? They're to serve either, being a hard resistance or a hard support. And you can see that it's multiple times over the course of, chart history that the 200 EMA, weekly EMA, is serving to be an amazing tool to determine support or sometimes even resistance like we saw here, right? So can Ripple fall further back? I'll be honest with you guys. If you're holding Ripple at this point, you're really a maxi and you like nothing else but Ripple, because there are so many more assets you can buy in crypto that will give you more multiples in the upcoming bull run than Ripple. And so if you are holding Ripple, congrats. I mean, you basically had like 6 years. Let me get you a better chart here. Yeah, 6 years. Okay, to get to this level, right? And I don't know why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, like look at this length of time just to get to this level, which is basically a 2x from here. So if I were you, I'd find something better to buy. Is it going to go up? Sure, it should, right? It should get to, I don't know, say $10, $11 in 2035, right? Because it might jump to here, then come down again, and then wait 2 more years, 3 more years, maybe 5 more years, and then go up again. So you're just holding like gold, right? Gold goes up maybe 10% in 10 years. So, all right, let's go back to the news. Polymarket's hilarious, by the way, because you can bet on anything, like anything and everything. If you go to Polymarket, I mean, you can obviously bet on the election, which is fun. It's kind of good to see where things line up, right? Because we talked about this before. If we're playing the meme tokens associated with each Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, we can kind of figure out where the strength is going to be. Right now, they're neck and neck. So I don't know whether or not they're going to have any influence on the tokens. I mean, I can look at them in a second, but you can bet on anything. Like Elon Musk's number of tweets between September 27th and October 4th. I mean, it's hilarious. Right? So, I believe the article was talking about, tracking Trump's mention of the word MOG, or related adjectives, before 31st of December. It was unchanged at 13% of yes votes. It's just so crazy. So that's like the majority of the news today. Nothing really special, nothing that caught my eye. I did notice the other thing that was kind of interesting. This article here says Kamala Harris's unrealized capital gains tax would hurt all crypto investors. No, it will hurt every investor, like every single investor that's alive in the U.S., including the senators that hold a lot of stock options. They're in net positive positions, right? That's classified as a unrealized capital gain, right? So are they going to tax themselves? Because that's essentially what they're going to try to do. So if this actually goes through, just say for shits and giggles, if this goes through, are we going to have a 2-tier system where everybody is going to be taxed at these unrealized capital gains, and then say senators and governors will be exempt? Right? I hope not. This is why I think this is so ridiculous. This proposal is so ridiculous. It basically hurts everybody. It stymies every possible investment, because think about it like this, right? So Elon Musk probably has a lot of unrealized capital gains right now. He would have to sell portions of that capital gains every single year in order to pay the tax, right? Which inadvertently will tank whatever stock he's holding, because he's going to have to announce that he's selling, right? As a large holder. Think about every position that everyone has, including banks. Banks have holdings, right? they're going to have to sell as well. There's no good news in this. Like, nobody wins here. I don't understand why this is even on the table. Anyway, enough of my ranting. It's just, I get really fired up when I see something like this. All right, let's get into what the hell is happening with Bitcoin. So this is the 6-month scale. I don't know why I have it on, but while we're looking at it, it does look really, really good, by the way, right? It doesn't look bearish at all. Like, the bearish candle was here. Like, this is the bearish candle. So 22 was the year you just needed to sell everything, right? A lot of selling happened here too. Most likely a lot of people capitulated. And then smart money came in slowly and surely and then kind of moved this up. This candle here is not that bearish, not yet. If it was here at the bottom, if the body was here, I would be more concerned. But it's in the middle. This could easily, by the next 6 months, be up here, right? And then, we're pumping into 120,000. Let's go to something more practical and daily scale. So we did talk about this before, right? Like, before this dump happened, we had you guys covered. We talked about this crossover here that was happening. We saw it here, and then here, and then here, right? I'm sorry, right here. So we knew this was going to happen, right? Now, it doesn't mean we're going to be bearish the entire month. That's just nonsense. I'll tell you guys in a second. What we want to see is this MACD to get to the bottom level here. So we want to get to the horizon as much as possible. And at that level, we need to move up, right? So the crossover for the bulls should happen here, and then we go up. We don't want to get into this territory here because that means the pull is much stronger. Okay. And that means like the momentum will stay favoring the bears. We haven't seen slowdown of momentum yet. So what we want is we want this red bar here to turn color like that. Okay. So once we see that color change, we're starting to trend the other way. All right. That's a good bar to have. Most likely see that depending on how quickly we drop here. When we look at the trend lines, we're possibly holding here at this 200 EMA. I mean, the price action really wants to test it hard. Next level to that is going to be about here. That's the 365 EMA at 54,000. I don't think we get to that level just because it feels like if we get to that level, it's going to take a while to get going again, which means October is not going to be bullish. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say our bottom might be right here. Quick bottom at this level here. So 57.9, maybe 58 if we dump really quickly. So if today's a dump day, right, we get a full dump, like a flush out for everybody. Expect this level to hold, like 58,000. Okay. Once we hold, we can resume up. Why? Is because of this. We refer to this coin glass chart all the time, and for a good reason. You guys can see October only had 2 years with bad months. So the first year we had was 2018. That's post bull run. 2014, again, post bull run. Okay. Every single year we had net positive of at least 20% for the month. Okay. 20% is a lot. You can look across the board on average. Now, November is skewed because of this big number here, but all across the board, you can see that October is the bullish month of the year. Like, statistics do not lie. Okay. So unless we have a catastrophic world event where like maybe World War III breaks out and everybody has to enlist and a bunch of shit happens, then I can say, all bets are off. We definitely don't have to look at anything like this. But because we look at the statistics and we can surmise that October is bullish all the way through, just got to tell everyone just to relax. Just relax. Take your capital that you have that's set aside, apply to some of these tokens that have dropped 10 to 15% over the last 3 days. If we look at quarterly, let's do weekly returns, okay? Give you guys an understanding where we are. So week to week, okay? Look at the first week of October. Its average is 4.56%. We're at minus 8.38 right now. This is a gift, guys. This is an absolute Christmas gift. So if you're not deploying your capital right now, you're just not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. Because as you can see everywhere here, like for the next 4 weeks, right? As we approach November, it's all green. Net 6%, average 6.15, average 4.36, average 10.52. Like, you're not going to get these levels again, right? These days are basically a gift for you in the future. So if Bitcoin is dumping right now and your alts are down 10, 15%, and you have capital, do not be scared. You got to enter these positions, okay? Especially on spot. Do not do perpetuals, because if you're going to leverage yourself, you're going to be liquidated. Who knows what happens with Bitcoin? It could be a single wick down that liquidates everybody. So do not play perpetuals, okay? Stick with spot. Buy your alts, the ones we always talk about, the ones we're secure in the next bull run, and go from there. So yeah, the rest of October is going to be bullish. The start of November is going to be bullish as well. And then we go from there. We don't know what's going to happen the rest of the way, right? Because it could be a mixed bag. The rest of November can be somewhat bearish. We see it right there. And then December is a mix of, 3.5, then dead even, up 4%, up 3%. So again, use the opportunity today to add to your portfolio. All right. So while we wait to see the decision on Bitcoin, I wanted to call bottom actually today. And the reason for that is because when I see, this tether dominance looking like this, I can kind of be happy with the way things are looking, right? We did talk about this a few days ago when we saw a double bottom forming here, right? Even though this was still surging, we saw the double bottom. We said, you know what? There's a chance that there is a pullback coming up, right? So now that we saw this pullback, we see the head and shoulders formation right here. We see that we're at the peak of the right shoulder. And now we finally touch back on this trend line, right? We touched back. So all those things are satisfied to me, which means I think we're at a top on this chart, which is the bottom of the crypto chart. Again, we just saw Bitcoin was sitting on the weekly 200 EMA, which is very, very strong support, okay? The candle does look like it's going to dump further, but, support can come in at any moment, right? And it can move that candle to look like a very positive candle. Okay. So I feel like even though we have this crossover, this is a lagging indicator, and it's going to probably show up to be about here the following day. And then we can have this move further down, right? So we have this move this way. When we look at the weekly, right, keep referring to this MACD right here. That's a really, really positive sign for how we look forward, right? Because when this pinches, right, it's going to tell us that we're ready to have this bull run, right? So we always talk about these MACD pinches, right? This right here is going to pinch and it's going to go this way. This price action is going to come down. It just is, right? Like I'll show you what happens in these pinches, right? This is a pinch, right? Rising wedge, pinch, straight down, right? Rising wedge, which is a bigger wedge, pinch, and then we had straight down action. So we're close. Okay, we're really, really close. We just got to be patient, right? Again, deploy capital if you have some. It's a good spot to add right now. If you are unsure about buying Bitcoin, there's a lot of other things you can do, right? You don't have to buy Bitcoin. You can buy, for example, mining companies, because mining companies have proven to be a good hedge in case you wanted to, play Bitcoin but not really buy Bitcoin, right? I believe they're probably down right now, but as you can see, they're flat, right? So I'll show you what I mean with like Riot, for example. So Riot, every single bull run does this. So bull run of 2017, bam. 2021, got you. And then producing a higher low every single time. So we got a higher low here, high low here. Do I expect the run to say 100? I'm not sure, right? I would start selling here, right, at these levels. The other thing that's super interesting is this weekly cross that's probably going to happen. If you see these two EMAs, this red EMA and the blue EMA, so that's 365 and the 200. The closer they get together, like right here, the more likely they're going to pinch in the future. When they pinch like that, okay, price action is going to be way up here, okay, because the price action always front runs any EMA action. So if EMA is about to cross, action is going to be up here, okay, because traders see that and they front run the crossover. So when people talk about death crosses and golden crosses, that's already been happening, right, for a while, because price action is always preceding the crossovers. So when I see something like this happening, I'm pretty confident it's going to come up here very, very soon, probably in 2025. So if you're trying to hedge against Bitcoin in any way, any of these companies like Riot, Mara, again, similar thing happening here, right? Pump to this level. Bitfarms, right? I don't have too much history here, but it's kind of like that. Cypher, right? Same kind of a deal. CleanSpark, I don't know if they're going to pinch, but they're getting closer, right? Hut 8, Wolf, I believe Wolf is a very popular one. But see, the difference here is that, it's really difficult to assess here because there's a lot of resistances here. 3-year EMA, the 365 EMA, and the 200 are all there. As you can see, the price action here, we didn't get the pinch, but once we had the pinch, which was right there, our actions all the way up here, right? So you got to always assume this is going to happen and trade accordingly. All right, so that was basically a lot of Bitcoin. If you have any comments or questions or requests, you know how to do it. If you're new to the stream, all you have to do is go to the streams page, right? Go here and then type in anything you want in the chat and ask a question, okay? So as a reminder today, we're going to be hosting Lee in a few hours. We're going to be talking about Oculus. We're going to be talking about tokenizing music assets. And we're going to get into a lot of chatter about just music in general. Where do we see music in the next 5 to 10 years? How is the idea of generating custom tokens for your community beneficial to the artist? For example, Iggy Azalea had that mother token produced, and it was supposed to be a meme, but then she realized that, this could be something more beneficial to her, and her music career. And so does this start a revolution of musicians creating their own tokens to incentivize engagement, fan experience? How does this work with Oculus? Is there a possibility to bridge the gap between the two? I have a lot of questions for Lee. I'm sure going to get it down to it. And we'll do something fun. I'm not going to say what, but I'm going to do something fun while we're doing the stream. So it's going to be in about 2 hours from now with our friends from Dgenz. Believe in Stylist is going to be there, and Terry. We're going to talk about shitcoins and Bitcoin outlook and Ethereum and Solana outlook and things like that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun chat. Last before we end the stream today. Oh, I see some messages now. Here we go. Yeah, I can see your message. I'll post it right there. We're good. Last before we finish the stream for today, I want to look at the Politify tokens. All right. So we have two that we're watching all the time. We have other two that are kind of supplementary, which are Dgenz and Waltz. Both took a massive tumble right after the debate, right? So we always talk about things that are being priced in, okay? If things are going to happen in the future, traders price that in, simply put, okay? So we knew that the debate is going to be, I believe, on the 29th. Was it on the 29th? On the 1st? I can't remember now. But, traders priced it in, okay? When the event happened, you sell. So this is why it's almost better to sell a day before or hours before than to wait for the actual moment. There's going to be some people that take opportunity here at these levels and, try to trade up to maybe here, maybe get a 20%, 30%, right? Same went with Walls, right? So look at this chart again, right? So the run up to the event was here. And then people who didn't sell had another opportunity and then straight down. And now it's flat again. So this is why you don't wait to sell, and I want to talk about the election as well. When you hold these tokens, do not hold past the election. So let's look at Kamala Harris. All right, so I still feel like we're going to get a run, but our run is going to be to this level here. So I think we're going to get to this right here. So in 4 weeks' time. Because right now we're trying to identify the bottom of this inverted head and shoulders, right? As you guys can see. And, it's going to be frustrating for some because they're probably holding and they're thinking, when are we going to get into this run up? I think this is going to happen like a week before. So, this took, maybe a month to finish. And then, we had this dip, which is the head part. We went straight to the neckline, right, which is the neckline right about there. And then we have now the right shoulder. The right shoulder might take like a couple weeks, right? So, you got to be patient with it. We will get to here, right? I don't think we're going to get up to here. I think that's too far-fetched. But be happy with the run up to there, right? Because that's probably, let's see here. Yeah, it's almost going to be 250%. Just be happy with something, right? Because most likely what happens with these tokens is it's going to be a massive dump right after the election, okay? If we look at Trump, which is the other one, right? It's looking pretty good on the hourly, right? Which is, if you're trading it right now, you're looking good, right? We have this nice pinch coming up, which sends the price action higher. So we'll probably have something like this and then higher. Okay. If we were to zoom out and put it on the daily scale, we talked about this again, the same way as we did with Kamala Harris. We're looking for area in here. Okay. So it's actually a pretty decent jump, almost better than Kamala Harris because it had a massive drawdown, right? So when you have this massive drawdown, it has to come back up again. And the multiples are going to be much bigger. I think Kama didn't have that drawdown, and so the multiples are much smaller. With Trump, it's going to be a better run. So if you're holding Trump, you're looking pretty good, but do start to sell here. So like anything in this section here, so 50 cents starts right here, and then up to maybe 62. You can try for 81 cents, maybe $1, which will be right here. I wouldn't. Just be happy you're getting something here, which is probably pretty decent, you know? You're looking at about 300, about 300 to 400%. Okay? So make sure you trade up until the election and then get out. Okay, last message before we end this stream. What is my view on crypto and short term? So if you caught earlier parts of the stream, I said that we were going to be bearish actually this week, right? The first week of October, we're going to be bearish. There's going to be a bump here and there with just a bounce in the setup the way we have. But I feel like we're approaching that bottom. And then based on just history alone, we should have at least a net positive of 20% on Bitcoin alone, which is amazing, right? Considering we're down 7% for the month. That means like we have to be like 30% higher or almost 40% higher than we are now. So I think with alts specifically, you know, we got to make sure that we're buying and taking advantage of red days. You know, the biggest discount you can get is on a red day, right? And, you know, I remember when Solana was like $8 or even $20, they were asking me, is it a good time to buy? I'm like, my man, you're getting a 90% discount on your Solana right now. Like, why would you even consider this as a bad trade, right? And so this is what I say to you, right? On days like this, when alts are down 10 to 15%, you're getting that discount from 3 days ago. So take the opportunity to buy something now, because once we turn bullish, we're up 25%. That price is gone for a very long time. Okay, so you got to be bullish on red days and vice versa, bearish on green days. It's hard for some people to understand that, and it's really difficult to see, you know, green bars go and think to yourself, oh, I'm going to keep going. You know, that's when you start to sell. All right, as a reminder, before we finish, in about 2 hours from now, we're going to have Lee from Opulus on our Dgenz Crypto Weekly episode 55. We're going to post a stream link once we go live, because just the way the streams work. And so keep in touch. Until then, we'll see each other in a few hours. Thank you again for joining me for Crypto episode 42. See you guys in a couple hours.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. That's right. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Let's go. Dgenz Crypto Daily. News in the code. Riding on a blockchain. Heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying. Rugs are in the air. Trump gave us a minute to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon. And Ether's on fire. Hold us in the storm. Lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead. Watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane. Never gonna hit them slow. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets ebb and flow. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free. the lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets ebb and flow. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Fortunes you can see. In all those diamonds, digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto daily key. Stay up on your game now. Got you wild and free.